Hi, my name is John of Myer Millinery and welcome back to my channel. And today I have a very different video for you. It wasn't a video that was planned, but it's a video that I think some of you may need. Are you entering the Myer Millinery Award? And if you are, do you know how to put your video together? Well, in this video, I am going to be going through some top tips on how to put your video together. So before you even start thinking about recording, there's a couple of things that you really need to think about. And first of all, make a plan. So if you know what you're making and you know step by step what you're going to do, write that step out, or write all those steps out and choose which are the bits that you would want to show in the video. If you are more of a person that will make it up as they go along, then what I would suggest you do is each time you do something new to the hat, then just record at least a couple of minutes of it. This will ensure that you get enough footage to be able to put into your 5-minute video. When you're doing your introduction, keep it short. Introduce yourself, a quick little intro into what the inspiration of the hat is all about. Because it's up to 5-minute video, I would say keep it at the most 30 seconds. So if I was entering, I would say something like this. Hi, I'm John of Myer Millinery and I am making a hat for the Myer Millinery Award. My hat, this is inspired by X, Y and Z. Keep it short, keep it simple, because you want to keep it all under 5 minutes. So once you've made your plan and you know what you're going to do, or you know, you're just about to start making the hat if you don't know what you're going to do, make sure you've got some good lighting. I mean, I know I'm pretty lucky, I've got 2 big lights here, but and a lot often the time I do have to correct that in post. This is what I do. Whereas most milliners that will be entering are not going to be having a big professional setup. So make sure you get some good lighting. Also make sure you've got some good audio as well. Now, if you're using your phone, perfect. It generally has a decent camera. Make sure you keep it close enough to you to pick up the audio, but as distant enough to capture what you're trying to capture. When you're talking to the camera, like I'm talking to the camera now, even if you're using it, so I don't even have my phone on me, but even if you're like be confident, always be confident. The amount of times I've had to redo something just because the level of confidence that wasn't coming out of me. Yeah, I mean, I've been doing this for numerous years now, so I'm kind of confident on a camera, which is fine. It's a skill that I've learned, but trust me, right at the beginning of me being on camera, I was not confident at all. So just be confident. Start your video, well, before you even start recording, do some vocal warm-ups. It can be simple as like, blah, 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 just what, I mean, this is what I do to kind of set the energy and my voice ready for filming. So as you can see, it just helps open up everything and it just makes your words come across a lot more louder, a lot more clearer and a lot more able to present yourself. Another tip I have is when you're filming, once you're finished filming, the first thing you need to do is send that file to yourself on email. So send it to yourself on an email and then keep it in your email so you've got a list of all your different bits that you're going to work with. Because sometimes it's very easy to be like, where is that file? I mean, I use a camera, but if I do sometimes use a phone, the first thing I do when I've finished recording with that phone is send it to myself. So then I've got a copy of it and I don't have to worry about where it is. So I always do that. So that's a tip, a pre-editing tip for you. If you can, try and get one of these. So this is a stand for a phone. Now there's plenty of different things out there. I use this one, but this is like a high-end one. So if I am using my phone, sometimes I'm using it for Zoom. It's not great. It likes to like fall down a lot, but there are like clip-on desk attachments for phones. I've put a couple on the screen now and I'll link them in the description box below as well. Perfect. You don't necessarily need to worry about holding the phone. You don't necessarily have to worry about it falling. But if you don't want to get one of these, just prop the phone up with a book or on a box or something. As long as it's nice and secure, you're going to be fine. But when it comes to editing, it's a whole new skill set, and a lot of people don't really know what to do, how to do it, and I'm gonna go through the easiest way of doing it. So the first thing, you're gonna need some editing software. If you're using a Mac, you could use the inbuilt iMovie. If you're using Windows, I wouldn't suggest using the inbuilt editing software. It's not very good. I have had a look, especially on Windows 10. It's more like a slideshow thing. So I would suggest, if you're using a Mac, to either use iMovie, which is good. I started with iMovie. Or you could also look at Final Cut Pro X, which has a 90-day free trial. If you're using Windows, then you could use Premiere Pro, which has a 7-day free trial. Or there is also Premiere Elements, which has a 30-day free trial. I've never used Premiere Elements, so I can't say how good that is. But I do use Premiere Pro for my editing, for my YouTube videos. All these software have a very high learning curve, but most of it is easy. It's drag and drop, cutting a little bit, moving things around. You know, you don't really want to do too many fancy things. So you don't need to learn, you just need to know the very basics of it, which is import your things, clip it where you need it to clip, and just line it up as you want it to go. This is Editing John here. As you can see, I'm actually editing this video as I speak. One thing I forgot to mention is, I haven't really gone on how to use the programs, but if there's enough of you out there that you want some assistance with how to actually edit your videos, let me know. If there's a few of you, I will gladly do a Zoom workshop, a free Zoom workshop on how to quickly edit in Premiere Pro. So if that is something that you are interested in, I just realised you can't see my eyes. If that is something that you are interested in, then let me know in the comments down below, and I will sort that out. Yeah. So if you are interested in that, let me know, and I'll see if I can put a Zoom-ness together on how to edit your videos. What I would do is get all your clips together, import them into the program, and start by laying them out in order so you can see the story and really wanting to tell a story from kind of beginning to end. One thing I like to do is kind of include things that went wrong and how you fix them. So if that happened in both either pre-planning or just making up as you go along, say, this is what I was planning on doing, this is what happened, this is how I fixed it. Now, in a YouTube video, I would show it all, but you remember, you've only got 5 minutes. So in that case, I would, just say, this is what I was trying to do, this is what happened, and this is what I'm going to do to fix it. And then the next clip would be what it's done, what it looks like when I fixed it. So try and tell a story. People love things that don't necessarily go right. So try and include that if possible, if it happens to you. Some editing tips and tricks. Now, remember, you don't want to make it professional because, well, you don't want to make it professional because it's not about the video, but the video's it's just going to help get your story across. I looked at the videos from last year, and is it Channel 10? I think it's Channel 10 was showing the video. So, you want to show what you produce in the best possible way. So I'm going to show you some editing tips and tricks. Cut out all your ums and ahs if possible. Now, I'm going to show you on Premiere Pro how I'm going to do this. So what I do is I bring my file into the timeline. I then unlink the file. I mean, it's just something I learned, is to unlink the file. And what this will do is it will separate the audio from the visual. Then I listen to it as I'm going, and anytime I say or ah, and I'm not talking to camera, I cut out the and the ah, for example, and bring in my audio. So then I don't cut my visuals, but the audio sounds a lot better. If you need to re-record your audio, and trust me, it happens, if you like what you see, but you just don't like what you hear, then what I would do is grab your phone. Most phones have a microphone, like an audio recording software, and just re-record it on there and send it to yourself and just drop that into your file as usual. Remember, you can always cut and clip things, you know, so if you start off and you're like, hi, then you can always cut that first bit out. So don't worry about having everything perfect. You can always cut things at either end. One thing I like to do is to record something that is very repetitive. So for example, if I'm cutting a lot of feathers, I'll record myself cutting a lot of feathers. But when you put that into my software, like if I put it into my editing program, I will then cut the audio away from that section, speed it up. So say maybe 1,000, maybe 1,500%, to like maybe in most of my videos, I speed up to like a 30-second insert. You will probably want to speed it up to like a 10 seconds, or maybe 20 at the tops, and I have my audio either running over it or put some music over the top. But definitely in a video for the Millinery Award, you maybe want to talk about what you're doing at the beginning of the clip, and using the whole idea of separating your audio to insert the clip, the sped up clip of you doing something very repetitive over that audio. And you should be able to see on the screen as I've been talking what I mean when I'm talking about this. So I haven't blocked properly on this channel in a hot minute, so here's a lovely little time lapse of me blocking. So I haven't blocked properly on this channel in a hot minute, so here's a lovely little time lapse of me blocking. For the last tip, if you like what you see, you like what you hear, but you realise you're like, oh, I should have said this as well. Lower thirds. Lower thirds are your best friend. A lower third is a little bit of information that comes at the bottom of the screen, and sometimes it's just good to add that extra layer of information. So you can probably see on the screen now there is a lower third. I don't quite know what it's going to say, but it's going to say something, and this is what a lower third is. It just gives you that extra level of information in a video. I wouldn't put too many of these in because, once again, lower thirds look a bit more professional, and you know, this is more about the millinery as opposed to the actual video. The last tip I have for you is just let go, have fun, record everything, have fun with it. Just make sure you're in focus, make sure your lighting is relatively good, make sure your audio is relatively good, and just see what happens. Like, as long as you can get across a story of this is what I started with and this is what I ended with, and in the middle this is how I did it, you don't need to see every step. You just want to see like the interesting steps, the bits that keep people entertained, people love to see you doing things. So apart from sewing wire, nobody wants to see people sewing wire. But if you've just blocked something, show that you've just blocked it. If you have you're going to cover it with some fabric, maybe drape it across and say like you're going to start tucking and playing and draping with the fabric along here, see what happens. Show the drape, make it visual, make it fun, tell a story, and you'll be fine. Well, I hope you gain something from this. I'm personally not entering because I'm not allowed to enter because I still haven't put my visa in. But I still might make something for this and see and show you how I've put mine down to a 5-minute video. So yeah, let me know in the comments down below if you're going to be entering the competition, and I look forward to seeing what you all make. Thank you to my patron Reggie. Thank you very much for continuing supporting this channel, even on videos that don't necessarily will make any difference to you because I don't believe you're in Australia. But thank you so much for your support. Anyway, if you want to support me on Patreon, the link is in the description box below. If you feel like you've learned something from this channel, if you feel like you want to, just maybe tip me for a month or two, there are tiers starting from just £1 per month, so check that in the description box below. Links to everything I've discussed is in the description box below, so go check them out. My social media is down there below. Thank you very much for watching. My name's been John. You have been great. I love you all. Bye.